Okay, so today we are going to see, two different logics. They look similar and yet, they are so different from each other. We are going to learn that. We are going to see whether the elements of an array are same or not. That is one logic we are going to learn. And then we are also going to learn whether all elements of the array are different or not. Though the logic looks just opposite of each other, but it isn't so. Same means all the numbers in it are same, and different means all the numbers are unique in it. That means there is no repetition of number. I'll give you an example. Suppose, say for example, an array contains these numbers. Suppose we have an array containing these 4 numbers. Now, what does it mean? All these numbers are same. Why? Because every number is same as each other. When we try to implement it in a program, how do we do that? We check whether every number is matching with either of these numbers or not. To keep things simple, what we do is we check whether every number is matching with the first number or not. If every number is matching with the first number, we can tell that all the numbers are same. So therefore, if I have a number, if I have a array of this contain, so here you see what is the first number? 5. Now, are every number matching with the first number, that is 5? No, it isn't matching. So, we can tell that all the elements are not same. Whereas, look at this particular example. What is the first element in this array? That is 4. Check it with the remaining elements in the array. All the elements are matching with the first element. Since they are matching, we can tell all the elements are same. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to learn whether all the numbers are different or not. Now what we are going to do is, suppose, say for example, we have the following content. Now, can we apply a similar logic which I have applied for same or not? No, we cannot do. You see, if every number, if I just tell opposite to what I have said when it comes to same or not. In same, what did I tell? Every number should be matching with the first number. Now, for making all the numbers different, if I tell that all the numbers should be different from the first number, it still doesn't work. In the first case, all the numbers are different from the first number, but if I have something like this, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Now, all the numbers are different from the first number, but can we tell all the numbers are different? No, we cannot tell. We cannot tell that. So, we cannot apply the same logic just which is opposite to same. So, what we are going to do is, we are going to check every number with every other number. So, what we are going to do? We take the first number and compare it with the remaining numbers, just like what we had done with the same. If there is a match, we are going to tell that all the numbers are not same. That is still true. Then what we do, that isn't the same thing, or the end of it, we take the second number and compare it with the remaining numbers after it. That is, we are going to check it with this element, this element, this element. Since it is not matching, we'll go for the third element in that. Again, this is not matching, this is not matching, so we'll go for the fourth one. Again, we are going to check with the remaining elements. So, since it is not matching, we can tell all the elements are different from each other. Take this as an example. We take the first element and compare it with the remaining elements. It isn't matching with each other. But can we tell all the numbers are different? No. We'll go for the second element now. Now, take the second element and compare it with the remaining elements in the array. Now, it isn't matching, but here it matches. So, we can tell that all numbers are not different. So, that is what we are going to do. For same, what we are going to do? We are going to take the first element only and check it with the remaining elements. Whereas, when it comes to checking whether all numbers are different, we are going to take each element and compare it with the remaining elements after it. After it, in the sense that after that particular index. Suppose I am at index 0. So what I am going to do is, I am going to check with all the elements from index 1 till the end of the array. Again, when I go for the next element in the next position in the array, that is index 1. So if I take the number at index 1, I am going to compare it with the remaining elements. That means from index 2 till the end of the array, I am going to check with all the elements. Similarly, when it comes to index 2, I am going to check it with all elements from index 3 to index till the end of the array. So this is how we are going to check for all the numbers are different. Now I'm going to show you how we implement these two logics in a program. So I'm just showing you the implementation part for checking whether all the numbers are same or not. So look at this. What did I tell you? What is the logic behind it? I'm going to check whether each and every number in the array is matching with the first element or the first number in the array or not. We are taking number for convenience. This is applicable for anything, any type of array, whether it is character array or floating point numbers or string array. Either way, we'll be applying the same trick. So here, what we do is, I'm just showing you the implementation part. That is, I'm not showing you the complete program. So here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run a loop from index 1 till the end of the array. See, if I have an array of size 10, so it will be less than 10 or less than equal to 9. So we can just take less than 10 if it is an array of size 10. And now what we are going to do? We are going to check whether every number is matching with the first element or not. However, if it do not match, what we are going to do is we are going to raise a flag f equal to 1. So if any of these numbers, that is from index 1 till index 9, if any of these numbers are not matching with the first element, e of 0 means what? The first element in the array. If it is not matching, we are going to raise a flag indicating that we did not get all the numbers matching with the first number. Initially, obviously, in the int declaration, do not forget to initialize f with 0. So once you do that, what happens is, if any of these numbers do not match with the first element, f becomes 1. Now imagine a situation when all the numbers are same. If all the numbers are same, none of the numbers will be there which is not going to match with the first number. That is, every number is going to match with the first number. So therefore, this condition will never be validated, and therefore f will never be assigned the value 1. So f will continue remaining as 0. So get the point how it is working. If there is any number which do not match with the first number, I am raising a flag. That means I am assigning the value 1 to f. However, a situation may arise where there will be all numbers which will be matching with the first number. So this condition will never be validated. That means this condition will never be true, because it will always be equal to a of 0. So f will never become 1. So it will continue remaining as 0. So at the end of the code, we can write if f is 0, we can display the message all the numbers are same, otherwise all the numbers are not same. Now coming to the different, remember the logic which I said, that is, we are going to take each number and compare it with the remaining numbers after it. So we take the first number and compare it with the remaining numbers after that particular index. That is, if I take the number at the 08 index, whom do I check with? From index 1 to index 9 for an array of element of size 10. Next, I take the number at index 1. With whom do I compare? I am going to compare it from 2 till 9. Why don't I do it previously? Because previously I have already compared it. So there is no point in checking out there. So next, 2 should be checked from 3 to 9. That means whatever you are going to check, it should be beyond that particular index till the last index. So like that will go. So when it is 7 should be checked from 8 to 9. And 8 should be checked from, not from, but only the element at the 9th index. The 9th element shouldn't be checked with anyone, because beyond that we don't have an element in the array, because the size of the array we have assumed it to be 10. That is why the last index is obviously 9, so we do not go beyond that. So this comparison, that is, take the first number, compare it with the remaining numbers, second number, compare it with the remaining numbers, third number with the remaining numbers. This should carry on till the second last number, because if I go till the last number, we don't have an element beyond that. So that is why it's an absurd idea to run a loop till the last element. We'll go till the second last element. So how do we implement this? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to start a for loop. Here too I'll use a flag, say int f is 0, wherever you have used the int declaration. I'm only showing you the logic part, not the entire program. So I is 0 and I less than 9 and I plus plus. So can you guess why did I write less than 9? That is, I'm going this particular loop is going to go through or traverse through all the indexes till the second last index. That means it will start from 0 and go till 8. Why? Because the number at the 9th index will be compared with no one, because there is no index beyond that, because we have assumed the array size to be 10. So we should be comparing 0 with all the numbers beyond it, 1 with all the numbers beyond it. When it comes to 9th index, we don't have numbers beyond it. So that is why we are going till second last. So hence less than 9, that is till second last. Please try to understand what I am trying to tell over you. And the second loop, from where does it start? From I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because whatever is the value of I, it should start beyond that. That is from the index after it till the last index. Here we can write less than 10, no problem, because we have to check with all the numbers beyond it. So when I is 0, j will start from 1, index 1 till index 9. When I is 1, j will start from 2 till index 9. When I is 2, this will start from 3 till index 9. So you can see that how this is working. At last, the last value of I will be 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So 8th index will be checked with only the element at the 9th index. Out here, internally, what do I write? If there is any number, that is the number which I am checking, is matching with any of the numbers beyond it, that is A of j. So I represents the index of each number and j represents the index of the numbers beyond that particular index. So if there is any match, we will raise a flag, that is, we will assign the value 1 to f. Now, if there is any number which is matching with the remaining number, the value of f becomes 1. That means every number is being compared with every other number. In case there is a match, we are raising a flag. At last, you can do the usual technique. If f is 0, we can display the message that all the numbers are different. Otherwise, all the numbers are not different. So here, look at this two logic. Here, just the first element can be used to do comparison with the remaining elements. Here, every element is compared with every other element. So that's the trick for checking whether the number is same or whether the number is different in an array. I believe you got it.